basically we have two types of application. One is the physical, another is the virtualization application. So virtualization application is called as AppV. It is called as Microsoft Application Virtualization. So how you have test VMs into your Hyper-V or an Oracle VM virtual box. Same way we have virtual applications. It will not be getting installed physically to your system. Rather, it will be in a virtual server, and from there you would be like we would be deploying it to the user system, and they would be just getting the shortcuts. Nothing will be getting installed physically. So that such applications are known as AppV applications. Like we have in YouTube videos. YouTube videos you cannot download it. You can just see it once you have a good network and bandwidth. You would be able to see it. Same way, our AppV application is if you have a network, if you have a bandwidth, then only you would be able to use it. If the network is gone, bandwidth is gone, you would not be able to use the AppV application. Now, Microsoft AppV application virtualization, also known as AppV, formerly Software SoftGrid, is an application virtualization and application streaming solution from Microsoft. Seamless application streaming, centrally managed, ease of packaging and deployment. So it is going to provide you a seamless experience. Why? Because physically it is not going to install. So just take a example that when you get your new system, it will be running very smooth, very fastly, but slowly and gradually, when you will be using the application, it will become, when you will be using your laptop, it becomes slow. Our laptop becomes slow. Why it becomes slow? Because we keep on installing the thing, we keep on uninstalling the thing. So it is taking your physical space. Even if you uninstall, but obviously some of the files would be left over, due to which our size will be getting increased, the storage will be getting increased, and thus our laptop will be becoming slow. So, as it is taking a physical space. With respect to the virtual application, it is not taking a physical space. It is not installing anything in it, into your physical system. Rather, it is there in your virtual system, virtual server. Just a shortcut will be there. Thus, it is not going to bloat your system with additional files or registries. And thus, we say that it is going to provide you with a very seamless experience. Obviously, with an advantage, we have lot of disadvantage also when we are going to have an AppV application. So we are going to see all that. What are the disadvantages? What are the advantages? What are the types of AppV application?
Mm-hmm.
So it provides the ease of packaging and deployment, and the other thing does not interact with other application or OS present in the system. Obviously, if it is not getting physically installed, obviously it is not going to collide with any other application which is existing in your system or the OS, because it will be placed in a virtual server. What is streaming? Virtual application needs to be placed on AppV server, that is a central point from where it will be run on the client. So streaming is the process through which our application will be placed in the AppV server, and from there it will be getting streamed to your to the user system. Example, instances of application will be run on thousands of client and application shortcut will be streamed from server on that thousand machine, but will be placed on the AppV server. So so the application will place the
Freya, you're breaking up. Freya, Freya, I lost you.
I think my connection was gone. Let me reshare. You're
Yeah,
able to see my screen now?
yeah, I can.
To do the packaging of AbbVie application, the process name is sequencing, and it is done by the Microsoft AbbVie Sequencer tool. So how we have an admin studio for MSI, MST, same way for AbbVie application, we have a Microsoft tool, Microsoft AbbVie Sequencer tools, through which you are going to do the packaging of AbbVie. How we do the packaging? The same way we do the repackager process, na? Like I told you, like we convert EXE to MSI. It's the same process that you are going to cover, you are going to convert either an exe or an MSI to .avv format. Exactly the same process, just that the tool is Microsoft AbbVie Sequencer and the process name here it is sequencing, there it is a repackager. Rest everything is same. The process and design is everything is same. AbbVie application assets are isolated and contained within its own environment, virtual bubble, system guard. So there is a this is also one of the interview question wherein they ask what is system guard or what is a virtual bubble. So it is a container type of thing. A container is placed from where this application, AbbVie application is going to be there deployed to the user's machine. So that environment which is created that is known as virtual bubble, or we can also call it as a system guard. Each virtual application is able to read and write information in their application profile and can access OS settings in the registry or DRS but cannot change the OS settings. So basically, the virtual application which you have, you like when it is going to be there in your system, it would be able to read your machine settings and everything. It can access also, but it cannot modify it. It cannot add any additional thing into your system. So that's the thing it is saying. It can access the OS settings, it can access the registries, DLL, but cannot change it. This means cannot modify it or but cannot add it. Just overall, they can just read the things, what and all the things are there, and rest nothing they would be able to add it. This is the important AbbVie components which is required. First is the AbbVie sequencer, then AbbVie client, then AbbVie server. So as I said, converting the setup exe or MSI files to .avv format. This is similar to setup capture, which is a repackaging in the Windows installer. Exactly the same process, just the name is the AbbVie sequencer. AbbVie client. It needs to be installed on user's machine in order to deploy AbbVie package, kind of agent like Windows sitting on the computer. So if you want to use an AbbVie application, then you should have a AbbVie client deployed. Then only you would be able to use the AbbVie package. How we have a Windows installer services running for MSI application, same way for using the AbbVie application, we should have an AbbVie client installed. Then only you would be able to use the AbbVie packages. Then AbbVie
Yep.
server. Importing AbbVie package into AbbVie server. We are going to publish and unpublish the package to the user group or machine group. We can also create connection group through this server. You create the packages and you are going to install the packages into AbbVie server. We install the application, we publish it to AbbVie server.
You're breaking up again, Shreya. Shreya, you there? Shreya, you there?
Yeah, I'm there, Dipesh, I'm there.
Yeah.
So I was saying that how we install and uninstall the MSI and the exe application, same way in the AbbVie application, we publish and unpublish it. If it is required, we are going to publish it. Like if the application is required, then publish. If the application needs to be uninstalled, then unpublish. So as per the requirement, user collection or the machine collection, as per that, here we term it as user group or machine group. We are going to create it and we are going to deploy the application to the user's system. The below seen screenshot of the
s-
application virtualization. Yes, tell me.
yeah.
Something you said?
So yeah, how popular is this? Yeah, how popular is this app? Because I've never heard of this. Um,
Uh, it was popular, very popular in India. I am saying it was very popular. Many of the organizations were using it, but as of now, Microsoft has announced decommissioning of this AbbVie component by this year, April. It is
oh,
already
okay.
announced. So they are
Oh, okay.
removing it. Like in India, still the interviewer will ask you the question. Like
Mhm.
if you're saying that I have a 10 years of experience, so obviously an interviewer will expect that you would have worked on the applications.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
much, but
definitely.
yes, obviously the expectations will be there. That's the reason we have added this still in the presentation, so that if somebody
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going to give an interview, at least they can explain them
Good
what
to
is
know.
AbbVie.
Correct.
Like as April it as April it is going to get this commission. So mostly by
Hmm.
next month I will be removing this, and then I have to add something additional here, like
Okay.
any other
Okay.
topic or any other script I'll be adding it.
Yeah.
So this is the tool through which we are going to create an AbbVie. The first is like if you want to create it, then we are using this create a new virtual application package. And if you want to modify and extend it, then we are going to use this add package. So this is the tool through which we are going to create an AbbVie application.
Shreya, you there?
First, you will have a VM, then you're going to take a first snapshot, then you're going to install that application. If it is an EXE, you're
Uh,
going to install EXE. If it is an MSI, you're going to install an MSI. And then you're
can
going to take a yeah, tell me.
yeah, can you start again because I lost you for
Okay, okay. So
yeah.
there are two screenshots. The left side screenshot is how you're going to create an AbbVie application. So first you
Mhm.
will have a VM, test VM. Then with the tool, Microsoft AbbVie Sequencer tool, you're going to take a first snapshot. After first snapshot, we install the application. Like you have an exe and you want to convert it to .appv. So you are going to install that exe. Or maybe you have an MSI, you want to convert it to .appv. So again, you are going to install it in this section, middle section, this section. So then you're going to take a second snapshot, and then when you're going to build the process, you're going to get an AbbVie application. Same process we follow for repackager also.
And what is the purpose of this snapshot?
Then only you are going to get it. So basically, AppV application, how you get .exe, .msi, you don't get .exe or .msi, you get .exe or .msi directly.
You're breaking up again, Shreya.
Directly, you don't get .exe install now. So
Shreya, I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
you are going to have to convert it. So this is the tool
Shreya,
that how you convert it. Then the
Shreya,
other,
you're breaking
yes, tell me.
breaking up. Yeah, you're breaking up.
Okay, just give me then 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me fix my Wi-Fi. Is it fine now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So the other advantage of using an AbbVie application is you can have the same application with different version at a time, which is not there for physical application. Like for an example, Notepad plus plus 1.0, Notepad plus plus 2.0. Any application, this is the same application but two different versions. Because AbbVie is not going to install it into your physical system, so you can have multiple versions at the same time also. So this is one of the major advantage of using an AbbVie application, which is not there in in any other application in physical. Because in physical, in the same place it will be installing, which is physical. Like if you are going to install Notepad plus plus version 1 in C program file, same way it will be getting installed for Notepad plus plus 2 also. So then it is obviously going to collide. So which is not possible in physical, but in virtual you can have two different versions at the same time. Now, I will tell you few more advantage of using a AbbVie application. First, no physical installation required, which I already told. It is not going to physically install into your system. The retirement process is very simplified when you are going to retire it from the SCCM or the Intune. For an AbbVie, it is very simplified. No more application conflicts, which I just explained you, because if it is not getting physically installed, so obviously the application conflict is not possible. Application conflict means when two different application will have the same type of files, then your application conflicts and then the application get corrupted. But as it is a virtual application, it is not going to get physically installed. Obviously, then in that case, it is not going to conflict. Multiple versions of the same application can exist on the same machine, which I just gave you an example of Notepad++. Operating system independent. It is not dependent upon your OS, as it is not going to get it physically installed into your system. Security is improved. How the security is improved? Um, we sometimes when we are going to test the application, sometimes we install the application from an unauthorized source, which we would not be aware of, and we just download it. Obviously in that case it take a risk to the security. But AbbVie applications are something which is not going to be installed physically into a system. Thus, it is not going to pose any type of security risk to your system, as it is on a virtual server. So obviously, your system will not get hampered even if something will happen. Thus, it says that security is improved. Reduced regression testing. So the testing which we perform for AbbVie, it is reduced as compared to the physical application. Rollback is not required as no physical installation is done on physical machine. So application is not going to roll back as there is no physical installation. Easy to handle
Mhm.
application updates. You would be able to easily handle the updates of the application. Multiple runtime environment. You can install the AbbVie application on a multiple run environment. No registry and system bloats, as I already said. Nothing is going to get physically installed into your system. Thus, there is no additional addition of your files or the registry, and thus your system is not going to bloat with the registry and the files and folders. Disadvantages. So I'll explain you this one. Device driver. So, as I said, obviously with an advantage, you have a lot of disadvantage. So, first of the disadvantage is device driver. Microsoft AbbVie does not support sequencing of device drivers, thus any application which install device drivers should not be sequenced. So, any applications which are going to install drivers, that application you cannot convert it into .avi format because drivers take space as a physically into your system. Drivers get installed physically onto your system. So obviously AbbVie is on the virtual server. So obviously such application you cannot package it as an AbbVie. Then the size of the application. The maximum application size that AbbVie can handle is 4 GB. So more than 4 GB you cannot package it. Then we have
Okay.
shortcuts. Applications should have at least one shortcut. If no shortcuts are present, applications should be sequenced in a suite along with an application that needs it. So obviously, When you're going to use a virtual application, you need a shortcut. Then only you would be able to do it because physically it is not getting installed anything. Just that shortcut is the requirement. So if an application doesn't have a shortcut, either you create a shortcut or you should package with an application which has a shortcut. Then only you would be able to deliver the AppV application.
So
Then,
is there any example that the application does not have a shortcut?
yes, I will show you that also. Then
Okay,
we
great.
create a shortcut for such application. I'll show you. After this, I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Middleware applications. Middleware applications are not good candidates for sequencing as they can be used as a prerequisite by multiple applications, thus should be installed locally, but if multiple versions of it are needed, then they should be sequenced along with an applications with needed. So, middleware applications like we have a Microsoft .NET framework, Visual C++. So, this such applications are considered as a middleware application. So, this middleware applications is not required only by your AppV application. It will be required for other applications also. Thus, it is saying that if you have to, if the application requires a middleware application, then you should have that as a physical because Visual C++, then .NET framework, it's not a prerequisite for one application, but many applications. So, for an example, there is an environment in which if they have an app, they will have physical application also. So, it would not be like complete app. Physical should be there. Then only both the things is possible. So that's the reason it is not much. It was not much successful as compared to physical, and that's the reason also it is going to go out of the market. The other disadvantage is that if you do not have a good network, good bandwidth, obviously you would not be able to use. For an example, the server is down. If the server is down, if a single application is used by thousand of users, then that thousand of users will not be able to use the application. And we know that
Mm.
many users uses any application because of their business requirement. They would be running that business with that application. So obviously, if the application is not running, the business will not be running, and there will be a losses. So this is also one of the greatest disadvantage of using an AppV application. Then the path hard coding, the application should not have folder file path hard coding in the application itself. Some application hard code the path of files in registry or ini files or executables. They should be sequenced with care so that the functionality is not hampered. So path hard coding means that same set of application, if it is going to install into your system, then it is going to install some files as a different name.